Way back in the mists of time, when my now husband and I were first dating, I made a very important discovery about him. I had a tendency, you may have it yourself, to lunge across a restaurant table with my fork and shove it unceremoniously into his meal, because I wanted to see what it tasted like. I soon discovered this was a problem that was not okay with him, because he would say to me, just order your own. If you want that, you choose it. But I said, no, I want to see what it tastes like. I have questions about this meal, and the best way for me to discover whether I want to order that next time is to experiment with your food. It's still a slight point of contention between us, but I think it shows an issue that comes up for many of us through our lives. As children, we are great and often fearless experimenters. We understand that the way to find out who we are and what excites us and what we're interested in is to try stuff, to get our hands dirty. We do it well as children. This is me aged 8. I had a theory that I would really love ballet. Tutus, you know, the special pointy shoes. So I did the obvious thing. I got my mum to sign me up. I did ballet. I soon discovered I sucked at ballet. And it wasn't really for me. So I gave it up and I did jazz dance instead. Still wasn't much good, but it lit me up and I enjoyed it. And that was fine when I was 8. When we're kids, we are allowed to dip a toe in the water. We are allowed to take that attitude of, let's suck it and see. We grow up, we start kissing a few frogs in order to find our prince or our princess. That process of experimentation is vital, so that when we get to adulthood, we look around us and we think, I've sussed out who I am, what I care about, what my interests are, where I would love ideally to live, who I want to love, and how I want to live my life. We collect a lot of information through experimenting. If I invite you to look back, particularly at your own youth, and some of you I know are a lot more youthful than others of us, I hope that you will see a lot of experiments from when you were this big as you grew up that taught you what is important to you and helped you shape your identity. And alongside those experiments might be things that didn't go so well, but you learnt from them. So why is it that for many of us, when we reach a certain age or stage in our life, we suddenly are burdened by the weight of expectation that we have to have it all sorted? We have to have a master plan. We have to be able to map out our life, and we know exactly where we're going because we've thought it through. It's an expectation that I encounter in my coaching work. I do a lot of work with potential career changes, people thinking about, what do I really want from my work? Because I don't think I'm enjoying it that much anymore. And they are burdened by the thought of, but shouldn't I have this sorted by now? Am I allowed to still be asking, who am I and what do I want? And they often come to a coach because they feel stuck, because what they're doing is thinking. And thinking is great, but people come to coaches when they've been thinking about their career for 6 months, 12 months, 5 years. It's a lot, isn't it, Ellie? Because they're taking the adult approach of thinking, I should be able to work my way through this logically. I should be able to think my way through this problem. But what I want to say to you this evening is beware of just thinking. It is an approach that will eventually run out of steam for you. If you're wondering what you want to do with your life, if you've still got questions, yes, dream and think and ponder, but eventually you cannot think your way forward anymore. When people come and work with coaches, they've often thought, well, I'm going to read a few more books. I'm going to listen to some more podcasts. I'm going to Google the same website again every few months to see if I can sort out the answer of what really excites me in my life and what I want to do. It doesn't work. I want to invite you as you go out today to think about becoming a committed experimenter in your life. And I want to introduce you to 6 very quick ways that you might think about doing that, building on the fact that you have come tonight to be part of an experiment. So number 1, what do you have to do if you want to be experimental in your life? Well, I would say think about the question that you're asking yourself. Get really clear and specific about what that looks like. Is my business viable, this idea I've got? Could I actually take my paid work and turn it into a freelance role? Would I make a good leader? Decide what the question is you're asking yourself, and then start small. When we take experiments to think about what's going to work for us, we don't want to try and do something massive straight away. What is the smallest, quickest thing that you could do tomorrow, next week, to test out this idea that you have? If you're thinking about leadership, the first step is not to apply to be a CEO. It's to stick your hand up and say, yeah, I'll lead that project. I could do that thing that's coming up next month. Secondly, readjust your attitude to failure. We know as kids we get things wrong, like the ballet experiment. We learn something. When we get things wrong, that is not a disaster, it is data. It's some new information that you can use to, number 3, iterate. Design thinkers do this a lot. They don't worry if they get things wrong the first time. They say, that didn't quite work. Something went a bit wrong. That didn't quite answer my question. I need to readjust the question. I need to change the ingredients. I need to come up with a slightly different experiment, but I want to keep moving forwards. Number 4, don't be scared of dead ends. People, when they are looking at career change, often say to me, I have this great idea, but I don't really want to get started on it because what if it actually is the wrong idea? What if it doesn't lead anywhere? And I say, well, why don't you just go find out? Because once you know that it's a dead end, if it is, you can let go of that and move forwards rather than just keep thinking about it. And finally, number 6, and I think this speaks so much to today, if you are experimenting, find some collaborators for the journey, people who can support you, hold you accountable, open doors for you, create opportunities, make connections for you. Don't experiment on your own. And I want to leave you with this thought, this quote from Ralph, I'm going to forget the name now, from Ralph Waldo Emerson, 19th century American writer. Don't be too timid and squeamish about your actions. All life is an experiment. The more experiments you make, the better. And as you go from today, I've just put this slide up because I thought you might like something to think about trying as you go from today. This is a worksheet that is available on my website. It looks like a career change worksheet. Don't worry if you're not thinking about a career change. It's just a way to start exploring who you are and what you care about. So it's a way for you to just think, actually, something does need to change, or I'm ready to try something new, maybe to volunteer for something, maybe to step up and do something different in my work. This worksheet, just have some fun with it. It will allow you to think, what do I want to lean into? What will my first experiment be, whether professionally or in your wider life? Have some fun with it. Lean into the idea of experimentation, just as Ellie has done with this brilliant event today. Ellie.